How's it going, guys? Damon here, and today we're going to talk about 5 ways that you can make money as a teenager without a job. Now, the 5 ways I'm going to be talking about in today's video are ways that you can make $100 a day pretty easily as long as you give forth the effort. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit subscribe and the bell notification bar below. That way you can catch up on all of my content, which I release every single week about entrepreneurship, how to make money, and personal finance. Well, that said, let's get into it. Going in at number 1 is the classic business model of mowing lawns for people. The great thing about this one is that there will never not be a demand for mowing lawns until robots take over. But until then, someone's always going to need their lawn mowed, and they're pretty easy to find. Now, mowing lawns doesn't have to be a complicated business. You can basically just set up a pricing structure as follows. You may do something along the lines of $10 for a lawn that takes 20 minutes or less, $20 for a lawn that takes 40 minutes or less, and $30 that takes more than 40 minutes. So what's required to start this side hustle? Well, you need a lawnmower and a means of transportation for that lawnmower. Now, obviously, if you have a vehicle to somehow move that lawnmower to and from every house, it's going to be a lot easier. But since this is aimed towards teenagers, I'm going to give you another method which you can transport a lawnmower. All you need to do is find a wagon big enough to fit a lawnmower in, and then a hitch on your bike, and you can then bike your lawnmower to house. Worst case scenario, you could stay within your neighborhood and push the mower house to house if you wanted to. So how do you get your clients? Well, it's pretty easy actually. You just knock on doors. So you're going to want to avoid very low income neighborhoods and super rich neighborhoods. Low income neighborhoods aren't good because they're not going to have the money to actually pay you for lawn mowing, so they're not going to be very motivated to have you mow their lawn. Rich neighborhoods are going to be difficult because most rich people have landscapers already, so they're not going to need your lawn mowing service because their lawns are going to be upkept throughout the whole year already. So the best neighborhoods to target are middle and upper middle class families because they will have the money to pay you to mow their lawn, and they don't always have the time to maintain their lawn, so there will be business there. When you knock on a door, a sales pitch you can give to someone is, hey, I just mowed your neighbor's lawn across the street or down the road, and on my way there I noticed your lawn was in need of cutting. Would you like me to mow your lawn for such and such dollars? Or you don't even have to bring up the price, just say, can I mow your lawn for you? And while I don't know the specific statistics of how successful you're gonna be, I can almost guarantee that 50% of the houses you hit up, the answer, are going to say yes. Mowing lawns is pretty easy to start making $100 a day with. You only have to mow 5 to 6 lawns every single day to make $100 a day on average. And that brings me to the second thing you can do to make money, and that's smashing the like button down below. For real, smash the like button. But in all seriousness, number 2 is going to be buying and selling items on Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist. Now, this side hustle can easily make you $100 a day, but it is going to take more time and effort to do so. When you're buying and selling stuff on Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist, you're going to want to look for stuff that will yield you about a $20 profit margin. That just means whatever you buy, you're going to want to have to sell for $20 more than you bought it for. Great things to buy and sell are furniture, electronics, and cars if you get to that level. Buying high profit margined items and then selling them will yield you $100 a day easily. All you have to do is go on Facebook Marketplace and look for items that you know are underpriced. Even if they aren't underpriced, most sellers are willing to negotiate on price because they really just want to get rid of their item. And while Facebook Marketplace is a great place to go, you can also follow your local buy and sell groups, which you're almost guaranteed to have some of those in your area. Not only are you going to find more items on these groups, but you're also going to be able to sell way quicker by posting on these groups. And you also want to be looking on Craigslist because obviously there's some good stuff on there as well. And that brings me to number 3, which is dog walking / dog sitting. Now, dog walking and dog sitting is not something I'm really familiar with because I haven't done it myself. However, my sister does do it. Just from an economical standpoint, a person will be willing to pay $5 to $10 a day for you to walk their dog. So theoretically, if you get 10 dogs to walk in a day, that's going to yield you $100 a day. And since you could probably walk 3 or 4 dogs at once, that's only going to take about 2 or 3 hours a day of your time to do so. You could then bring this into dog sitting, which also pays a lot more. If you charge people to watch their dog overnight or every day, feeding them and walking them and so forth, you could probably get about $30 to $40 every single day. But since I don't know too much about the subject, I'm just going to leave you and your imagination to figure out that one for yourself. And that brings me to number 4, posting a gig on Fiverr of something you like to do or are good at. So Fiverr is an online marketplace for freelancers that people can charge for their services for as low as $5 per service. For example, last month I posted a gig for content writing, blog writing, onto my Fiverr account, writing articles for other people. Now this one is kind of hard to make $100 a day unless you really get the ball rolling on it. With my gig on Fiverr, the most I made in a day was $120. But basically what you can do, if you're really good at Photoshop or you're really good at editing videos, or pretty much anything you can think of that you can provide as a service over the internet, you can do on Fiverr. You can charge them $5, $20, $50, $100. Just charge them for your services and they will pay for it. You're going to want to start out kind of cheap so people will actually go to you instead of the competition. But then once you start getting 5-star reviews, that's when you can raise your prices and you can start making more money per day. While this one might not make you $100 per day, it is going to make you some money and you will be able to come back to it whenever you feel like. And that brings me to the 5th and final thing you can do to make money, and that is washing cars. Now, I like washing cars because it's easy, low cost, and can make you a good amount of money. All you really need to clean cars is a sponge, microfiber towels, soap for the car, maybe even some wax if you want to do some waxing work, a bucket with some water, and that's pretty much it. Now, the way you get clients for washing cars is the same exact way you get clients for mowing lawns. Just go door to door and knock. All you have to do is going to middle-class neighborhoods, even rich neighborhoods will work on this one, but you're gonna wanna find dirty cars that look like they've been neglected for a while. You go up to a person's door, you knock. When they answer, you say, hey, I've been washing cars of some of your neighbors, and I noticed that yours is looking pretty dirty, so I would just like to offer my service of washing your car. Now, this one's a little tougher to get an acceptance for because people don't really see washing their cars as a necessity, but I guarantee you will get people that say yes. And you could probably charge about $10 to $25 depending on what you're providing. $10 for a basic wash, $25 for a wash and wax. You could probably do about 2 cars an hour, maybe a little longer than an hour, but realistically, you should be able to do about 10 to 15 cars a day, which at $10 a pop is gonna be over $100 a day for about $10 worth of supplies. That's a pretty good margin for only about 6 hours of work. And that's gonna do it for today's video. If you enjoyed, go ahead and smash that like button if you haven't already. And again, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to see more of my content. I post weekly about entrepreneurship, making money, and personal finance. And yeah, it's a great time over here. Also, if you'd like me to discuss something in a future video, go ahead and leave a comment below on what your thoughts are. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.